Alright guys, RoKage here and welcome back to the brand new video. Here we are, Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade will be the topic. On today's video, I will deliver updated summoning guide. This is the most requested topic, so let me start immediately. I will rank the characters in must pull. Must pull is a category where you need to summon for the character, and when this character drops, you need to be ready, okay? Godly, it's a tier where we have extremely busted units and a god tier unit, but still you can skip him. I'll explain everything. Then amazing units, units that are top tier, but again, you will have to decide will you summon or not. Only if needed. This is a category where I'll put probably 2 units, and you're gonna only summon if you have enough cubes to spare, and as well if you really need those units. I'll explain everything. And then the final category is don't summon. Okay, please do not summon. Let me start. So first of all, Choso will drop. Then after that we're gonna get Toji, then Obito, then Rabbit's Disruption Megumi, Escape Rabbit Megumi, and Jogo, and then we're gonna get Kusakabe. So let me talk about Choso first. Choso will go in godly category, the unit that if you summon for him, if you get him, you will have insanely busted unit with insane value. I will do the review now of Choso once again, so everything is 100% clear. But still, guys, he's a standard unit. If you're a free-to-play player and you believe you won't have enough of cubes for anniversary, you can consider skipping him, because I will do the same. I will just maybe risk 1-2 multi-summons, do the free multi as well, and that's it, because I want to be ready for anniversary. Okay, I want to be ready for the must pull. But still, if you have enough of cubes, if you really want to summon for Choso, you will have a god tier unit who is insanely busted. So for the Choso, he's a standard unit, green typing, skill 1. So first we have a regular skill, deals melee combined damage equal to 150%, taijutsu and 50% jujutsu to selected enemy, inflicting the continuous jujutsu damage poison to selected enemy. In flowing red scale stack, state skill effect changes. So then we get this change skill 1. Here he's dealing combined damage, bigger damage, as well he's inflicting bigger poison, 100% continuous jujutsu damage, and as well increasing the enemy's damage received by 30% effective for the green typing. So already here he's debuffing like crazy. Now we have skill 2, flowing red scale. So regular, grand flowing red scale state, 4 turns cannot be stacked, reactivation will override turn count. Increase own taijutsu stat and damage dealt by 30%. You're gonna see he's buffing himself like crazy, he's giving himself great survivability, doing DOT, damage over time with the continuous jujutsu damage poison of course, and as well providing insane debuff. And as well, the damage is on point, so this unit is insane. At the start of turn, recovers own curse energy by 5. He's removing flowing red scale state if flowing red scale stack state is activated. Deals melee combined damage. And as well, look at this, increase enemy damage received by 25%, affecting for the green typing. If flowing red scale state, change skill into flowing red scale stack, which is this one right here. Also granting flowing red scale stack state. Yeah, here we're getting stack state. Increase owned jujutsu, taijutsu, and the damage dealt. So crazy self buffer. Decrease own damage received by 60%. This will give him great survivability. And then as well, doing a really good damage, and as well more debuffs for the green typing. Look at the skill 3. As well, we have a regular and change skill. So dealing 300% range jutsu damage to selected enemy, inflicting that continuous damage 50%, increase the selected enemy damage received by 25. Again, another part where he debuffs. Now look when it's changed. Deals 300% range jutsu damage to selected enemy, inflicting 100% poison, and here he is dealing an additional 300% range jujutsu damage to selected enemy, inflicting 100% continuous jujutsu damage poison to selected enemy, and here we have insane debuff of increase the selected enemy damage received by 50%, effective for the green type attacks, and as well he's inflicting disruption effect to selected enemy. And then ultimate, we have a regular one, where he grants flowing red scale stack state. 6 turns, cannot be stacked. Increase own Jujutsu Taijutsu stat and damage dealt. As well, decreases own damage received by 41%. Dealing here 900% range Jujutsu damage, inflicting more continuous poison, and as well more debuffs by 50%. And now when we have changed ultimate, deals 900% range Jujutsu damage to selected enemy, inflicting 100% continuous Jujutsu damage, poison, and look at this, increase the selected enemy damage received by 50%. So he is debuffing like crazy, guys. And then we get an additional 400% range Jujutsu damage to selected enemy, more poison, and more debuff. Pretty crazy. Like, he will debuff to that extent that your green units will do even bigger damage like crazy, you know? Because on every skill, pretty much, he's doing a debuff, which is pretty nuts. And he has great survivability. He has everything, pretty much. This is your older brother. At the start of 8th turn, recovers own curse energy by 30. Regardless of maximum curse energy cap, increases own Jujutsu stat by 20. That's why I created... tier godly, because he's definitely a god tier character, stupidly busted, can do massive damages, massive poison, insane debuffs, and insane survivability. The only thing that you need to consider, if you don't have enough of cubes, if you think you won't have enough of cubes for anniversary, consider skipping him, because he's a standard unit, but definitely insane value. So whoever will summon him, you won't do a mistake unless you just be careful so you're ready for anniversary. That's all what I'm saying, but definitely worth getting. I myself won't summon for him. Maybe free single summon, free multi summon, sorry, maybe 1 multi, 2 multis, that's it, because if I go all in for Choso now, I won't have enough for anniversary, and my free-to-play account needs to be ready for that, because in my opinion, anniversary units will be game-changing. Toji, yellow typing, he is the unit that will drop after Choso. Dealing 250% melee taijutsu damage AoE, increasing own combo count, increase 2 counts per enemies. He is, by the way, also standard unit. Keep that in mind. So first of all, he has like a regular skill where he increases own damage dealt, increases own critical hit damage, and as well grants sharpened fang state. Okay, then it changes to this skill right here. We have increased own break damage, dealing melee taijutsu damage to selected enemy, inflicting 1 stack of 40% continuous damage, sting. Each stack of sting increases an additional damage by 20%, increase own combo count by 3. Then we have skill 3, deals 405 melee taijutsu damage to selected enemy, increase own combo count by 1. We have the ultimate, deals 1300 melee taijutsu damage to selected enemy, single target, inflicts 5 stacks of 40% continuous taijutsu damage, sting 4 turns. Each stack of sting increases an additional damage by 20%, increasing own combo count by 1. And then look at the auto skill, physically gifted. At the start of the battle, evade single target attacks. You have 20% chance to do that. Recovers own HP by 3.5% each turn, decreases own damage received by 15%, grants guaranteed hit immunity to self, cannot be targeted by certain skill statuses. If own combo count is 1 or more at the start of turn, increases own taijutsu stat by 29.5%. Each count increases an additional stat by 4.5 up to 160% with 30 counts. If breaking or defeating an enemy by self, increase own combo count by 5. Listen, amazing unit overall, but if you have Zone Itadori, in my opinion, you should definitely skip him. So only if you need yellow DPS, then you could consider summoning for Doji, but again, be super careful for Anniversary. Be ready for Anniversary. But if you're paid to win, if you really need a yellow DPS, he's amazing. I still believe that Zone Itadori is better than Doji, in my opinion. I personally have Zone Itadori, so there is no need for me to summon for Doji. But also you can consider summoning for him if Doji is your favorite character, of course. So yeah, the decision is yours. Here I'm just like objectively advising you so you're ready for Anniversary, okay? Then we have Noobito. Noobito, I can tell you right away, please don't summon for him, okay? He's a standard unit like Choso, like Doji, right? But he's not good. He's solid unit, but not even close to the power of Choso and Doji. Okay, keep that in mind. Anyways, blue typing. Increase own Jujutsu stat by 30, applied during projection sorcery state, deals 50% Taijutsu and 100% Jujutsu melee mix damage to selected enemy. Level 10, he's increasing own break damage by 50. Each projection sorcery state increases an additional effect by 50% up to 300 with 5 states. Deals 80% Taijutsu and 160 Jujutsu melee mix damage to selected enemy. My bad. Chances to await projection sorcery 20%. Override turn count if reused. Fills own ultimate gauge by 100 if the selected enemy is in break state or breaking the selected enemy. He really relies on that breaking. Okay. Let's check out skill 3. Increases own Jujutsu stat by 30, apply during projection sorcery state, increase own break damage by 25. Each projection sorcery state increases an additional effect by 25% up to 150% with 5 states. Increases the selected enemy break damage by 50%. Again, we have here dealing Taijutsu, Jujutsu damage, single target, inflicting disruption special to selected enemy, 90% chance to do that, granting that counter state to self, feels own ultimate gauge by 150, and then we have here ultimate. His self buffs, again, he's applied during projection sorcery state. He will increase own break damage by 50%. Each state increases an additional effect by 50%. Something pretty usual for this character through all the skills pretty much. Deals 100% Taijutsu, 300% Jujutsu, melee mix damage to selected enemy, increases the selected enemy break damage received by 150%, deals an additional 100% Taijutsu, 410% Jujutsu melee mix damage to selected enemy, inflicting disruption, decreases the selected enemy ultimate count by 1. It's single target, you know. If this was AoE attack and he was decreasing ultimate count by 1, it would be much more useful, but even then, a chance to await, fine. And then here we have the auto skill. Projection sorcery counter, so he's counter unit pretty much, okay, who self buffs, but they're just better options in the game and definitely not worth getting. When receiving a melee attack in counter state, increase own Jujutsu stat by 30, apply during projection sorcery state, increase own break damage, again dealing that mixed damage. Increases the counter enemy damage received by 15% and it's effective for the blue type attacks. Increase all blue type allies Taijutsu and Jujutsu stat by 15%. 15, okay, but again, nothing too significant. You're too slow if self is receiving chance to await. Projection sorcery at the start of turn. Projection sorcery state goes +1 up to 5. Pursuit state, increase own damage dealt, break damage. If self is in pursuit state, when all allies' actions are performed within a turn, he deals 60% Taijutsu, 90% Jujutsu mix damage to selected enemy. Increases the counter enemy damage received by 15%. It's only effective for the blue typing, and he also buffs those blue typings. Secret Art, Falling Blossom Emotion. If enemies using Domain and own curse energy is 10 or more, grants Falling Blossom Emotion state to self. Consume 10 curse energy decrease own damage received by 40%, effective against damage received certain DOT from domain, and removes failing Blossom emotion state when enemy's domain is needed. Listen, he has a lot of text, but long story short, he's counter type of a unit who deals more damage to more break damage than anything else pretty much, and those counters, and a little bit he's providing as well support with that buffing that taijutsu and jujutsu stat for the blue typings. But still, in my opinion, definitely do not summon for him. It's an easy no. He won't be helpful, in my opinion, at all, pretty much. Not at all, like he's a solid unit, but at this point of time, definitely skip him, guys. Definitely skip him. Okay, then we have Megumi, Rabbit Escape Megumi. He is also standard unit, by the way, red typing. Skill 1 deals 34, level 10, deals 50% melee taijutsu damage to selected enemy. If Rapid Escape state is applied, ignore enemy's melee attack counter. If Divine Dog Totality state is applied, deals an additional 100% range jutsu damage to selected enemy. When both Rapid Escape and Divine Dog Totality states are applied, it changes the skill to this, right? Here we have deals 50% melee taijutsu damage and 100% range jutsu damage to selected enemy. Taijutsu damage will ignore counter and jujutsu damage will ignore darkness. Delays in action, by the way. Then we have skill 2. Regular deals 150% melee taijutsu damage to selected enemy. If Rapid Escape state is applied, ignore enemy's melee attack counter. If Divine Dog Totality state is applied, deals an additional 100% range jutsu damage to the same enemy. Increase the selected enemy taijutsu and jujutsu damage received by 25%. Red, that's for the red typing. Now, when both Rapid Escape and Divine Dog Totality states are applied, then we have change skill. Here we have deals 150% taijutsu, 100% range jujutsu damage to selected enemy. Taijutsu damage will ignore counter, jujutsu darkness, that's always the same here. Increases the selected enemy taijutsu and damage, increases the selected enemy's taijutsu and jujutsu damage received by 50%. Now, this is that part where I said he's insane debuffer and will help you tremendously that your red units do more damage. And then we have skill 3, which summons Rabbit Escape. HP 40% of the character's maximum HP, 50% of the damage dealt will go to Rabbit Escape and disappears when HP reaches 0. Now, we have here applies attack notification, Rapid Escape to self, removed if Rapid Escape is disappeared during effect applied, applies disruption special to all enemies, increase all enemies taijutsu and jujutsu damage received by 30%. Boom. Okay, so we have here 50, here 30, like you can have fun and do insane debuffs. Also, ultimate increases the selected enemy's jujutsu damage received by 50%, effective for the red typing, removes both Rabbit Escape and Divine Dog Totality state, dealing 1000% range jujutsu damage to selected enemy. He will also do great damage, guys. This attack will ignore darkness, increase the selected enemy taijutsu and jujutsu damage received by 100%, effective for red type attacks. So 100%, that's huge. Okay, that's huge. Insane debuffer and will help you tremendously that your red units do huge damage afterwards. Overall, guys, we have here Divine Dog Totality. If own curse energy is 30 or more and Divine Dog Totality is not applied at the start of the turn, summon Divine Dog Totality. Disappear if Divine Dog Totality is receiving damage equal to 15%, equal to character's 15% HP. Just so you have understanding how that states work. In my opinion, like, he is amazing unit. Definitely, whoever will pull him, you will have a god tier debuffer. Me personally, I will have to skip this Megumi as well, just because I want to be ready for anniversary. Keep that in mind. But definitely, Choso will bring even higher value than amazing tier. Keep that in mind. But still, if you need, like for example, I have Red Kanto anniversary version, right? So I'm chilling. I really, for me, this Rapid Escape Megumi is not a must. Definitely a broken unit, definitely amazing unit that will help you with insane debuffs, and your red units will do massive damages. But still, you have to decide for yourself on that department. Me personally, I cannot afford as a free-to-play to summon. I need to be ready for anniversary. Okay. That's about Megumi. Then we have Jogo. Jogo can go in the same category like Toji, only if you really need it, or he's your favorite, or something like that. Okay, he's standard unit as well, you know. So you need to be smart as a free-to-play here, because I know they're releasing so many busted units, but trust me, Anniversary will be game-changing. I truly believe they're releasing now so many broken standard units, just because Anniversary will be even so much crazier, and it will be game-changing units in my opinion, so be ready for that. We have here dealing range jutsu damage. If Amber Insects are summoned, he will deal an additional range jutsu damage. Ignoring darkness, critical hit chance is large. Decreasing the selected enemy Jujutsu stat by 15%. Eliminate one Amber Insect to fill own ultimate gauge by 50. Skill 2. Deals 350% range Jujutsu damage to selected enemy, inflicting 100% Jujutsu DOT Flame. DOTs are nice in this game. If Amber Insects are summoned, dealing an additional damage. Increase the selected enemy Jujutsu damage received by 15%, also debuffing, right? Eliminate one Amber Insect to fill own ultimate gauge by 50. After performing the skill, he also self-buffs his Jujutsu stat by 15%. Skill 3 deals 400% range Jujutsu damage AoE. Critical chance is medium. Inflicting DOT, decreasing all enemies damage dealt by 15%. So he's a really good debuffer and a really good DPS. Increase own damage dealt by 30. Yeah, he self buffs like crazy, and crazy percentage. Yeah, he does massive damage for sure. Deals 1600% range jutsu damage AoE. Beautiful. Stop all enemies action 2 turns. You have 25% chance to do that. Inflicts 200% Jujutsu DOT Flame, 150% Jujutsu DOT Flame, and 100% Jujutsu DOT Flame for 4 turns to all enemies. A lot of damage over time, massive percentages, and as well amazing debuffer. Really good unit. Curse Spirit Pride. At the start of the battle, grants Curse Energy Recovery special 3 times. If own Curse Energy is below 20 and Curse Energy Recovery special is applied at the start of the turn. Recovers own Curse Energy by 10. Consumes 1 Curse Energy Recovery special. So he is also recovering his Curse Energy pretty nicely. If own HP is below 40 at the start of the turn, he will recover own Curse Energy and as well HP. Amber Insects. At the start of the battle, summon 2 Amber Insects. Increase own Jujutsu stat Amber Insect by 15%. At the start of the turn, if there is only 1 Amber Insect and Jujutsu stat Amber Insect is not applied at the start of the turn. So we need to have more. Summon Amber Insect up to 2. Increase own Jujutsu stat by 15%. Amber Insects are destroyed when receiving damage equal to 50% of the character's maximum HP. So they're low-key pretty tanky for insects. Critical hit enhancement. When performing a critical hit, it will increase own critical hit chance by 10%. Critical hit count plus 1. Multiple hits within a single skill count as 1. If own critical hit count is 3 or more at the start of the turn, grants an additional action state for 2 turns. Grants Curse Energy Consumption Efficiency special 2 turns. Decrease own damage dealt special by 40. Decrease own ultimate guard charge rate special by 30. And removes all critical hit counts. Each effective overrides the previous one. Amazing unit, guys. amazing. But at the end of the day, only if you really, really need it. Like I have Yuta, for example. I have Doji. Who else I have? I don't even remember, but I'm pretty much ready to go with the red DPS units. I know Jogo is probably like, yeah, I have red Nobara as well. What other units? Yeah, that's pretty much that. But pretty much currently right now, Jogo wouldn't be a must for me in this case. Definitely, I'm expecting that both Doji and Yuta eventually will get those buffs as well. So they'll be just even crazier for sure. So yeah, only if you need it. Only if you need some red DPS, right? And as well if it's your favorite. Like the same goes for all of these characters. Like if someone is your favorite character in the anime, manga, whatever, summon for him, have fun, but be careful about anniversary if you wanna be ready. And in this tier as well, I will place Kusakabe. Okay, let me now talk about Kusakabe. Overall, mainly you will use him as a support slash DPS. He will buff the damage for the yellow typing tremendously. We're gonna go through his kit now, but definitely he does great damage, but mainly he's insane support. But yeah, I would put him in that amazing tier. A little bit below Choso, pretty much. Still, if you summon for him, you will have a busted yellow support. But again, it's not a must because anniversary is a must pull. Overall, guys, here definitely must pull anniversary units, probably multiple units. Keep that in mind. That's why I definitely encourage you that you are ready for this part. Choso has the highest value. Definitely he is a standard unit, so again, be careful what you're doing. A little bit below that, the highest value from here, Megumi. Okay, a red Megumi, rabbit escape Megumi, and here we have Kusakabe, right, as well. And then tier below, only if needed, only if your favorite characters, like only if you need yellow DPS, if you need like a red DPS, like then only summon for them, okay? But again, Obito, please do not summon for him. But definitely from all of these units right here, Choso has the highest value, then it's red Megumi, and then Kusakabe right here, okay? So that would be the top 3 choices that you could summon for the upcoming banners on global. But again, be careful what you're doing. Please be careful what you're doing. So about Kusakabe, and then we can end the video pretty much. So he's yellow typing, dealing melee taijutsu damage to selected enemy, recovers own curse energy by 5. Then with his skill 2, he's applying the following effects: simple domain state, counter state, range attack, interception, increase own taijutsu stat by 30%, decrease own jujutsu damage received by 40%, and nullify enemy's domain continuous effect. Override turn duration when reactivated. If simple domain state is no longer applied, all effects will be removed. Then we have skill 3, dealing 400% melee taijutsu damage to selected enemy. And then we have the ultimate, dealing 1000% melee taijutsu damage AoE with critical hit. Increase own critical hit rate by 45%. But look at this. This is now where the craziness starts. Auto skill. Interception. If own curse energy is 5 or more when receiving melee attack in counter state, deals 300% melee taijutsu damage to the countered enemy. Consumes 5 curse energy, increase own critical hit rate by 20%. And yeah, what I forgot to mention is the change skill of the skill 2. Sorry, if simple domain state is already applied, extends the following effects to all allies: decrease jujutsu damage received by 19.4 and nullify enemy's domain continuous effect. He's literally nullifying the domain. Okay? Yeah, well, we stopped here. If own curse energy is 5 or more when receiving melee attack in counter state, deals 300% melee taijutsu damage to countered enemy, consumes 5 curse energy, increase own critical hit rate by 20%. Simple domain. If own curse energy is 5 or more and own HP is 10 or more percent when receiving range attack in range attack interception state, It will decrease own range damage received by 50%. Consumes 5 curse energy. If the damage could make the HP reach 0, resist the KO damage and log the HP amount to 1, up to 3 times per turn. If simple domain state is no longer applied, it will remove range attack interception state. Cover. If own curse energy is 10 or more and simple domain state is activated, nullify the attack, which will cause an allies defeated, excluding self. So he also helps out tremendously with your allies. With that, nullify the attack, which will cause an ally defeat. That's nice. Consume 10 curse energy. Sacrifice 20% HP. This HP loss won't cause the character defeated. The effect won't be activated if self is receiving attack nullification. And look at this now. Critical hit enhancement. When critical hit is performed, increase own critical hit count by 1. Increase all allies damage dealt by 45%. 45%. 3 turns, override turn duration when reactivated. Effective for yellow type attacks. So he is amazing DPS who is doing incredible damage overall. But not only that, he's amazing support. Like, he will buff all allies damage dealt by 45%. Yellow typing, right? Up to 150% with 8 counts. Each count will increase an additional damage dealt by 15%. So yeah, he is buffing like crazy here, guys. Okay, so Kusakabe, top tier unit. Definitely whoever will summon him, you will have amazing unit. But again, be careful, he's a standard unit. If you already have an amazing yellow DPS, if you already have, like, for example, yellow Yaga, I don't know, me personally, I have both, so I'll skip Kusakabe just because I want to be 100% ready for anniversary. Okay guys, that's it. Thank you for all support. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Your opinions in the comment section below. And yeah, see you next one. Love you, bye.